This is the first event of its kind. It's called the CEE Capital Markets Awards, and the idea is to bring together the Central European region from the Baltics down to the Black Sea to highlight the region's dynamic companies that are really sometimes unnoticed in the international market. And the idea is to also bring in foreign investors who can shed some light on the sexy and interesting companies that are in Poland and Central Europe, Romania, Baltics as well. And it's the first event of its kind. The focus is on international investors to come here, mid-cap, smaller sized companies in Poland who are doing great. And we, on purpose, have not focused on the WIG 20, the big companies, because they get a lot of attention. And in fact, truthfully, they aren't the best investments for private investors. The history is very short. This is the very first edition, the so-called inaugural edition. But I've been studying this concept for a few years, and I think that the concept is unique, and it is a real awards event. It is not a sponsored awards event, and I think the idea was to focus on this mid-level companies that are not getting the attention from the large operators in Poland. But they often, and almost always as a group, are a much better investment than the large cap companies in Poland. For example, the WIG 20 performance versus the WIG 80 performance over the last 3 to 5 years, no competition. The WIG 80 by far a better basket of stocks to buy than the WIG 20 if you look at it over the last 5 years in Poland. I would say the companies that won tonight were in the predictable categories that are really good, profitable, large companies, Lotus being one of them. And then there are those who are medium-sized companies doing very unusual things, a bit dynamic and unusual. Buvog is a new spin-off from Immofinanz, a residential real estate play. Most of its operations in Vienna and in Austria and in Germany, but listed here in Poland. You then had some very unusual companies like Sara on New Connect, You had Vivid Games on New Connect. We had also, we've had Duan, energy company, trading company, great company, didn't win tonight, but they were on the short list. Then we had a lot of companies that were several companies who were outside of Poland. Kernel from Ukraine, absolutely incredible investment. They've returned about 100% in the last 12 months. They're producing sunflower seed oil. They benefited from a weak Ukrainian currency and 100% export revenues. They won tonight. So we've had some really exciting companies from different categories of the market. The jury was great. I think we had about 25 people in the jury, of which 5 or 7 were from outside Poland. We had one hedge fund from the US. We had one investment fund from Sweden. We had the Bucharest Stock Exchange on the jury. We had a Estonian company on the jury. And then the rest were mostly from Poland, which were comprised of investment funds, TFIs, or analysts who know something about the Warsaw Stock Exchange. We had a couple of corporate bankers and lawyers on the jury, a few corporate brokers or makler also on the jury who obviously know the sector. And we were very pleased to have a number of media partners on the jury as well. And an important one particularly was the CFA Society, which of course is a wonderful group and a wonderful professional organization with a number of CFOs, financial directors within Polish listed companies. We have tonight about 120 people this evening. The mix is TFI fund investors from Poland and the region, with Poland of course being the biggest numbers. It's medium-sized companies that are listed on the Warsaw Stock Exchange, the main market, that are listed on the New Connect market as well. And it's also the advisors and the corporate lawyers, the brokers, the bankers as well. And the idea is that we have 18 awards tonight, and they are different categories to focus on the high performers, on investors, as well as the high performing companies and entrepreneurs that are building great companies in Poland.